Caitlin Clark didn't hold back after witnessing Sophie Cunningham get body slammed with no call from the officials. This wasn't just a missed whistle, it was an outright disgrace. The entire WNBA should be embarrassed by what unfolded during the Indiana Fever's hard-fought 78-74 win over the Seattle Storm. What happened wasn't simply poor officiating. It was a glaring example of the deeper issues eroding the integrity of. Sophie had just grabbed a defensive rebound and was calmly securing the ball when a Storm player threw her to the floor like it was Sunday Night Football. The ref was standing right there, front row seat and everything, just watching like he was at a backyard barbecue instead of actually officiating a professional basketball game.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that your job is easy, but when it is a simple call right in front of your face multiple times, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What call are you like bugged out?
All of them.
Everything?
Like, it's just like they're just so inconsistent. Like, that's my thing. Like, if you're on the other team and you're going to be fouling this shit out of me,
yeah,
cool. But let me do it to you.
Let you, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want
like
consistency then.
Yeah, like just give, and I think that's players across the league and like new fans across the country. Like everyone's like, what is going on with the refs? And I'm like, I don't know.
And that's when Caitlin Clark, still stuck on the bench for her 7th straight game thanks to that lingering groin injury, had finally had enough. She couldn't stay silent any longer. She let it rip. You were right in front of her. Why did you change your mind? Her voice cut through the arena, and really...
Now, am I ever advocating for players to throw other players on the ground? No, like we've seen so much of it throughout the WNBA. He watches this happen right in front of him. There's so much contact on the play and he does nothing. He doesn't blow his whistle. He doesn't stop the play. He doesn't call a foul here.
Every basketball fan watching had to be nodding in agreement. The level of incompetence was just staggering. If you're as sick of the referees' ruling...
we have updates and our recovery's going well. You know, it's just... I think for us staying the course and making sure that we're really diligent about each step that we take and that we don't have setbacks and that we're patient with it. I know she wants to be out here on the floor and we want her out here on the floor, but making sure that she's ready is the most important thing. You know, I still don't know how far we are. We're going to take it one step at a time, one day at a time, and go from there.
In games, as the rest of us, drop a spicy Sophie in the comments and give a shout out to the real ones holding it down on the court. She couldn't stay silent any longer. She let it rip. You were right in front of her. Why did you change your mind? Her voice cut through the...
I don't even know what the players can do because the players aren't being protected. And I know so many of the times, like, we're talking about this when it comes to the Indiana Fever, but this does happen across the league. There are many plays that we could pull up. Do you guys have any suggestions on what can actually be done? The coaches get fined when they call them out to the media. Like, this is a top-down issue. This is a commissioner's issue.
Arena, and really, every basketball fan watching had to be nodding in agreement. The level of incompetence was...
The officiating in the WNBA, I kind of already went off on it, but it's just atrocious. Really, really bad. Like, there have got to be rules to present overt physicality from dominating the game. And that's what we've got. We've got it in the NBA, we've got it in the WNBA. Nobody wants to call a bunch of fouls, but these officials don't know what a foul is and a foul isn't. They can't even tell when a ball goes out of bounds. Like, you've got 2 million plus people watching some of these games. You have got to have a correctly officiated product, or at least confidently officiated product, and competently officiated product.
Staggering. If you're as sick of the referees ruining games as the rest of us, drop a spicy Sophie in the comments and give a shout out to the real ones holding it down on the court. Amid the chaos, one player is rising above the mess. Sophie Cunningham turned in another elite performance, reminding everyone why she's the Fever's most clutch presence with Caitlin Clark sidelined. She poured in 17 points on an ultra-efficient 5 of 6 shooting, including a scorching 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. And get this, she was the only Indiana Fever player to hit a single three-pointer. This isn't some one-off performance. Sophie Cunningham has been on an absolute tear. Fans have started calling her the Blonde Bomber because of how often she explodes from deep when the game's on the line. Ever since
this year, it's not just Caitlin Clark. If you wear that Indiana Fever jersey, consider it done. The refs are not going to be fair, and they are going to cheat and do whatever it takes to do what the higher-ups say.
She went viral for standing up for Caitlin Clark during that heated brawl with the Connecticut Sun. Her confidence has been off the charts. She's gained over 800,000 followers, her jersey sales have skyrocketed, and she's fully stepped into the spotlight. Most importantly, she's delivered when it counts.
And I got scratches on my face, I got scratches on my body, and these guards on the other team get these ticky-tack fouls, and I'm sick of it. I get fouled like that every possession. Ricky gets fouled like that in the post all the time, and they don't call it, and I don't know what else to do. Like, it's really frustrating though. I'm like, I feel, I mean, there's multiple shots at the end of the game, either go into the third, into the fourth, where they're just coming and swinging, and they just don't call anything.
Entire game. Sophie's rise from scrappy role player to certified WNBA star has been one of the season's best storylines. She's no longer just the team's enforcer, she's also the Fever's most reliable offensive weapon. That rare combination has quickly made her a fan favorite. But even her heroics couldn't completely mask yet another classic Fever near collapse. In true Indiana fashion, they nearly squandered a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter, again.
Big games from Sophie Cunningham, the only player on the Indiana Fever to make her three tonight. The Indiana Fever were 4 of 21 from downtown, and Sophie Cunningham hit all 4 of those threes. 17 points, and the difference between this and the Lynx game, which was Sophie Cunningham's last really good breakout game, this wasn't late. This was, oh, we're struggling offensively, somebody needs to come through, and Sophie Cunningham came through for us.
The Fever were in control, leading 55-42 midway through the third quarter behind Sophie's hot shooting and solid team support. But the moment they got comfortable, everything unraveled. It's like this team becomes allergic to success whenever Caitlin Clark isn't on the floor. Seattle closed the quarter on a 10-2 run, cutting the lead to just 4. What should have been a routine, drama-free win suddenly turned into a tense nail-biter.
Indiana Fever just almost pushed me to a heart attack. The Indiana Fever nearly blow a 12-point fourth quarter lead. We allow the Seattle Storm to go on an 11-0 run in the fourth quarter. Stephanie White, I keep telling y'all, I don't trust her. I'm sorry. We give up a 11-0 run within the last 4 minutes to let this team cut the lead down to 1.
The fourth quarter was pure anxiety. Seattle battled back to cut the lead to 73-72 with just over 3 minutes left, and you could feel the tension in every Fever fan's chest. We've seen this movie before, and it rarely ends well. This team has a serious problem closing out games, and it's costing them dearly.
Boy, they almost blew it. Nonsensical whistles to stop runs, or how about blowing a whistle to stop the other team's run? Coming out in the second half, I will never back off of this. When you come out in the second half and you start losing leads, that is a coaching issue. I don't care what sport you're in. All right? Because what that tells you is the opposing coach went into the second in the halftime, made adjustments. The other team comes out and they start figuring it out. Well, it's up to your coach. It's up to your coach to make adjustments.
It's like the Fever forget how to play basketball the moment the fourth quarter starts. And to make matters worse, Kelsey Mitchell had one of her roughest outings in recent memory. Watching her shoot was like watching someone try to play piano with oven mitts. She finished just 3-16 from the field and 0-4-8 from deep. Thankfully, others stepped up to stop the bleeding. Aaliyah Boston delivered in a big way, notching her 6th straight double-double with 16 points and 12 rebounds on an efficient 7 of 11 shooting. Her personal 9-point run in the fourth quarter was the turning point, the steady hand that ultimately saved the game as everything else was falling apart.
Kelsey Mitchell could not get it going today, and I told y'all, she is a roller coaster. You gotta remember, she went on versus the side, then she was, 8 for 24, then she had a good game, then she was down again, then last game she was up, this game she's down again at 3 of 16. This is Kelsey Mitchell. She's a roller coaster. She's a roller coaster. She gave you 9 points on 3 of 16, shooting 0 of 8 from 3.
Boston's resurgence couldn't have come at a better time. After struggling in Clark's absence, she finally looks like the dominant force fans expected. And if she can keep this up, the Fever might just weather this brutal stretch. Her presence in the paint and improved defense have become essential, especially with Sophie shouldering so much of the scoring load. Seeing Boston...
Sophie the blonde bomber, Sophie the Trophy lit it up again tonight. Man, she has been nothing short of spectacular as of late. 5 of 6 from the floor, 4 of 5 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 17 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Sophie, the blonde bomber, has been on fire. Sophie stepped it up in a big time way. That is what you need. When your best player is out, you need the ancillary pieces to step up and deliver. And that is what Sophie Cunningham has been doing.
Aggressive again, attacking the rim, boxing out with purpose, contesting shots, has been one of the few consistent bright spots in an otherwise chaotic season. Veteran leadership has been a lifeline for Indiana during this injury-riddled stretch, and Natasha Howard deserves major credit. She quietly dropped 21 points and has emerged as the team's emotional anchor amid all the instability. Howard's been slicing through defenses and finishing with the poise of a seasoned pro. Her veteran savvy and high basketball IQ have been invaluable for a team that often looks rudderless without Clark running the show. She knows her role inside and out, and plays
The
it.
Fever did everything possible to blow a game, but still come out with the win. That was a near epic level collapse, folks. Wow, it should have never gotten that close. Lexi Hull, Stephanie White waited till the very last minute to put Hull in on defense. She should have been in there from 2 minutes in, 2.5 minutes in on defense. They could not seem to get a big rebound to save their life, and this almost turned into a disaster.
From 3.
Here's Boston. Boston, good look inside. Howard lays it in. Nobody in the league at 6'4" or taller averages more assists than Aaliyah Boston. Well, you know, what happens off a deflection from a defensive player if it hits the rim? Shot clock still would reset. It doesn't have to be a shot. As Howard somehow spins that in, plus the foul.
To perfection. No overreaching, no hero ball, just smart, consistent execution. That kind of professionalism is what separates good teams from true contenders. In a league where too many players chase the spotlight, Howard's steady, team-first approach has been a breath of fresh air. Over on the other bench, the Storm had every opportunity to steal this one. The looks were there, the chances were real, but when it mattered most, they completely fell apart. Seattle had multiple open shots.
I mean, AB's been huge for us. She's really been the key. You know, she came into this league predominantly playing on the low block, getting a lot of post touches when she was in college and her rookie year. And then, you know, last year, her first year with Caitlin, playing a lot in the two-man. And then this year, we're asking her to be a facilitator as well. And, you know, a hub for us on the offensive end of the floor while being more versatile on the defensive end than she probably has ever been. And she's just continued to step up to the challenge and grow and be better. You know, she's really the rock of our team.
Crunch time and still couldn't capitalize. It's becoming their calling card this season. Get close, then crumble. Skylar Diggins-Smith missed not one but 2 wide-open threes that could have changed the entire outcome. Nneka Agwamike, who finished with 16 points, disappeared in the fourth quarter when her team needed her to step up. And then came the dagger. In the final seconds, Gabby Williams had a clean, wide-open look at the buzzer to tie the game. The release was smooth, but the shot rimmed out. Sometimes, basketball is heartbreak. One bounce, and it's either magic or misery. Now sitting at 16-13, the Storm are trending in the wrong direction. They've lost 3 of their last 4 at home, brutal timing with the playoff race heating up. The Western Conference logjam is one of the tightest in recent memory, and Seattle's running out of time to figure out why their fourth quarters keep imploding. With home court advantage and playoff seeding on the line every single night, the Storm just keep missing the mark.
It's looking like they need a breather.
Yes.
Cunningham lays it in, going backdoor on Diggins. Well, you know, what happens off a deflection from a defensive player if it hits the rim? Shot clock still would reset. It doesn't have to be a shot. As Howard somehow spins that in, plus the foul.
You see her cutting through the lanes. Skylar Diggins is inside, so she's the one left to take the Howard cut. What a tough shot by Natasha Howard.
For Indiana, this win was huge. It pushed the Fever to 17-12 and cemented their hold on 5th place in the standings. Even more importantly, they now hold tiebreakers over both the 6th-place Storm and the 7th-place Las Vegas Aces, 2 teams they could be battling neck and neck with as the season winds down. What's truly remarkable is that the Fever have now won 5 straight games without Caitlin Clark. Considering how heavily they relied on her earlier in the season, this stretch feels almost miraculous. Indiana is now 9-7 without Clark, a surprisingly solid record for a team many expected to unravel the moment their superstar hit the sideline. But with that success comes a new layer of intrigue. If the team is holding its own, when exactly will Clark return, and what will her role look like when she does? Looking ahead, the road only gets tougher for the Fever. Their upcoming games are packed with playoff implications, and every matchup is essentially a must-win if they want to hold on to their spot in the standings. The pressure is mounting, and so is the uncertainty around Caitlin Clark. Her absence remains a major question.
There were so many ways in a close game and in game situation where we grew today that were huge for us, y'all. That will pay dividends. So great job. I'm proud of you guys. Everybody contributed. Everybody came in and gave us a lift. Kels, I know it was a tough shooting day, but the way you facilitated and that one big jumper that you made. Right? We dug in and got stops when we needed to. I mean, big time win, y'all. Big time win.
She arrived at the arena in full game-ready gear, shorts, sneakers, the whole 9 yards, but never suited up. Naturally, that sparked a wave of speculation about her status and when, or if, she'll return to the court soon. Which brings us back to the root issue fueling all this frustration: the officiating. It has become the defining failure of the WNBA season. That might sound extreme, but it's not an exaggeration. The league is being weighed down by referees who are clearly not equipped to handle the moment. Game-changing performances and thrilling matchups are being overshadowed by missed calls, inconsistent whistles, and, at times, sheer negligence. Players are getting hurt because the officials
That's a PNW win! W's in the chat.
W's in the chat.
Oh my gosh. That one just aged me, but we're getting better. Shoot, good win. Win for win.
A dub is a dub, so keep on rolling.
are failing to control the physicality. Stars like Caitlin Clark are missing games due to reckless, unchecked defense, while referees stand by and do nothing. And the damage isn't just physical, it's reputational. Sophie Cunningham being thrown to the floor without a whistle wasn't just a missed call. It was a glaring symbol of everything that's wrong. Clark's furious reaction from the bench wasn't just about that one play. It was the breaking point in a season filled with mounting frustration. These aren't one-off mistakes. They're symptoms of a deeper, growing crisis that threatens to derail what should be the WNBA's most exciting and transformative year yet. Fans are showing up. Arenas are packed. Viewership is rising. But if the product feels unsafe, or worse, unfair, that momentum could disappear just as quickly as it came.